I don't understand why it didn't work. Absolutely crazy. If this freezes, then I'm gonna have to not stream today. I don't understand it, man. This internet, we pay way too much for this internet for it to be horrible. I don't know. It didn't say that it was a horrible connection. It said it was excellent connection. It just shut off. Made no sense. Hopefully things go well here. That just pisses me off. It gets me so upset because literally you start from scratch with the concurrent viewers. As you start to really gain viewers, they're all gone, you know, because of something like that. You don't want a stream to end on you. What's your opinion on Mavis? My opinion on Mavis is that I do see them as something that's going to make a comeback. I see them as even a longer term position. Popular right now. I see them as a longer term position here. And this would be close to a time where you could get in and make some decent amount of money. You could do it as a swing trade, do it over a number of days and go from, you know, 12 or $10 or wherever it's at to, you know, $18. I'm looking at it. I don't want to invest in too many positions, so I'm hoping that cost can be something that I kind of get out of, but then I'm probably going to end up getting back into it if it does go back down. But yeah, I can say that, you know, Mavis could, MVIS could be a very good longer term company or a longer term stock trade. But you can also have like a very good swing trade out of it. I wouldn't say that day trade, you would be able to day trade this much. It really only moves like $1 or so. You can get a day trade if you get it at the absolute bottom, but I do like MVIS. I don't want to hold too many positions. That's the problem. For swing trades, then I need to focus on what's turning green, what's going to happen there. I need to focus on certain areas. So we have 77 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Continue to hit that like button because we had 700 people in here at one point, and now we only have 83. So because of I don't even know if it was the internet. I really don't know. Watching on YouTube and didn't know you had a Twitch, so I switched over since I use this platform more often. Love your educational values. Keep up the strong work. Thank you, Spicy Ramen. Thank you for saying that. That's great to know. If you have any questions, I'll try and go back and forth. We really only have 2 viewers over here, so I'll try and go back and forth and you know, answer your questions as you have them over here. But sucks that YouTube stopped my stream. Mavis is taking a deep breath. Streaming Matthew Perry on all devices. That's awesome to hear. That's great to hear. What happened? Yeah, I don't even know what happened. Also takes your work. What are your thoughts on Tastyworks? Micro. This is a new trader. Can you give me the ticker symbol? I could type it in. What's Tastywork? I mean, I could just type it in, I guess. That's not a thing. What is Tastywork? and doing micro E minis as a new trader. What is that? I never trade futures, so I wouldn't have a suggestion there. I wouldn't be able to. Um, I would say do a lot of research because I never trade futures. So Casey works as options only trading broker. Yeah, see, I'm not an options person either. Like I'm not. I'm always into just day trading, swing trading, even long-term investing at times, but not an options person, not a futures person. I buy more AMC, bro. Depends. If it does have a decrease today, you know, it's at $10.35. If you can get it below $10, that'll be great. Even at $10 is definitely good. I can see them, you know, easily pushing up. They should have been on the move, moving up to 14, 15, $16, 17, 20. You know, it should have been moving and it should have been to $20 by now. But with all of this negative movement, all of this manipulation that they're having, it's absolutely ridiculous what we are seeing there. So it sucks what we're seeing, but $10 is still a great price. $10.35 is still a great price to where you can gain about $5 or $10 out of the deal. Uh, any, any advice for someone looking to start using Fidelity and doesn't have much understanding about Fidelity platform and how long it take you to learn the platform? It didn't take me long at all. Definitely start with the first area, so accounts and trades. You want to go into your portfolio, understand what you can do on the website before you get into the Active Trader Pro piece. Because Active Trader Pro ends up being you know, a little bit more complex because you have to set it up yourself. It's not something that automatically is set up. You have to set it up yourself. But get familiar with the account and trade piece to where you can go into your portfolio, look at all of your positions, all that stuff. If you want to set up full view, it's definitely a great thing to understand your net worth. But it didn't take me long to understand that. I started with account and trade and then went to news and research as a tab, went into stocks. And that's where you'll be able to, you know, do your research on different stocks, and also looked at watch lists. Those are like the three areas that I focused on before I started to move into other areas, like understanding, you know, the IPOs section, or, you know, setting up mutual funds, things like that. So I would say first get familiar with the you know, portfolio area, what it actually tells you, all your different accounts over there, and all of those tabs that are up there, whether you're looking at summary, positions, balance, activities, all of that stuff. And then you can go from there. So yeah, it didn't take me long. But when it comes to Active Trader Pro, that's where you have to know what you need. So if you wanted to look at charts, you can look at those charts and pull in different charts that you want to look at, whether it's a 5-minute chart or 1-minute chart at the same time. So you can do your analysis short term and then, you know, a little bit longer term. And you could do that. But yeah, like I said, it did not take me long at all. And that's someone, I guess it's coming from a person that knew platforms, because I came from Scott Trade, Trade King, which did end up being taken over by Ally Bank. So I used Ally platform, the Trade King platform. I've used First Trade. I've used a lot of different platforms before I went into Fidelity. So yeah, I had a little bit of experience, I guess. Hey, just subbed. Can you do an analysis on JMIA? It, so initially, if I'm looking at this, just looking at the last month or so, I would say that this has a lot of potential for a swing trade. You know, from $30 up to $44, you can definitely see a definitely good potential for a swing trade just looking at this piece. But a lot of times you want to look at the rest of the history when you look into this. So if I look at 3 months here and see how it is moving, it looks like it's starting to actually have that uptrend and then fell off a little bit to where it did recover. So is this going to be the absolute low? It does not. It actually might end up retesting that $31 mark, and it looks like it's really fighting around that point, having multiple touch points. So this could be a point to where you could see a swing trade there. You could see a pretty decent uptick, and it doesn't hurt to actually make a move in there as long as you are seeing that uptick. Today you're up 8%, so that might be the start of where that uptick actually happens. Very interesting. As we start to look into 6 months, you could see that we did have that growth over a longer period of time. The 200 EMA stayed below the 15 moving average, showing that indication of an uptrend, continuation of indications of an uptrend. And then you see it touch back multiple times to where it did end up having that final touch back and crossover. When you see things like that have a lot of connections, so you look at this and see that the touch points could be 33 and it could be fighting around that 33 mark, even though some of these touch points 33, even though some of these touch points might not be exact, you're going to see a couple of touch points to where it does fight at 33. So 31 might be a mark to where it really does fight. It looks like it has a bunch of touch points here as a support level, and you could see that end up pushing up. Not factoring any news, you can definitely get some good movement there as long as you read the chart well, read the situation well. So know that this is going to be a little bit of a move. I'll keep an eye on it just to see if this is going to be a good swing trade. I don't like to invest in too many pieces right now. I have a number of swing trades that I'm looking to turn positive soon. Cost has moved up to $100 of a positive gain. I would like to get that to about $1,000 today, if possible, and then end up selling that for a pretty decent gain. Even if it does go up after that, I'll sell it for a pretty decent gain of $1,000. So I'm up for that. Good morning, sir. Thank you for sending the super chat. I appreciate that. Am I from Louisiana? No, I'm not. I just love the Saints. I'm from Pennsylvania. Yeah, I was reading up on the energy market. Nick, that's a tricky market. How much would you say? How much would you say to start trading with? If I want to start making good money on the side, and how many shares should I buy in minimum? So for you to start trading, I would say you have to have the ability to buy 100 shares worth of anything. To be able to gain $100 a day is definitely amazing, right? You can gain $100 a day, taking into account the weekends, and being able to make $3,000 a month. That's a pretty decent gain. Obviously, you have to pay taxes on that, so I would tend to hold half of it. That would be $1,500 worth of a net gain there, if you look at it that way. Which I tend to hold my tax money and put it back into the markets and gain a little bit more money, which ultimately makes me pay more money. But as long as I can continue to gain money, or if you end up losing money, it ends up, you end up writing that off. But I would say you need to be able to buy 100 shares minimum. You do need to, and it doesn't have to be like you buying 100 shares of Tesla, because obviously if you buy 100 shares of Tesla, it's going to be a lot more of a balance you need. But if you wanted to make trades every single day, you're going to need 25,000 in your account in order to trade and not be listed as a pattern day trader. Now you can get through this in various ways. One way being that you have 3 trades a week, and if you can gain an average of $100 a day in those 3 trades, then you're fine. And you can start investing with like $5,000. But it's going to be tough for you to do so with a limited amount of money, especially if you're only limited to 3 trades. What if a trade goes against you? Now you only have 2 trades really to make a positive impact on that. And then if you can't make a positive impact, you lost money for that week. Or you're going to have to hold a swing trade, which may be detrimental to your account if you are going to do like day trading. So I say start with 100 shares minimum. If you can get 25,000 in your account, definitely do so. If you can't, then strategically place out your trades so that you can trade 3 times a week and make some decent money from it. Hopefully that helps. I turned 75 into 650 with options last week. That's really good. It's really good. Like I said, I'm not an options person, so I just see the value that you did turn that into. You pretty much you did triple your money easily. So that's good. We have 409 people in here. If you guys can hit that like button, get it up to 200 likes, that'll be amazing. We did have to stop the stream, so I want this to, continue to grow with likes and views. And it was on its way up to 1,000 viewers, but now it's down to 400, which is cool. I mean, I'm all for it. I thought you looked and sounded like you were from PA. I'm in Philly. That's good to hear that I do sound like I'm from PA. That's crazy though. The world is so small, but then when people tell me they're from, the UK, and it's like, okay, the world got a little bit bigger, So question for you, Matt. When I do have 25,000 in my account, will I be notified that I can day trade on Fidelity? I'm not sure that they'll notify you. I don't remember getting a notification. I know with Webull, you'll have literally, you can go on the screen and it'll say down here, you have unlimited trades. And when it does say that, then that's where you can make those trades right then. But right now it says, I have 0 trades today, 0 trades tomorrow, and 3 trades the next day. If we see a positive day today, you'll see that account go over 25,000, which means I can make trades today. So I don't know if Fidelity will notify you, but you should be able to check, like maybe put it in the search bar and say like day trades or something. But I haven't seen anything from Fidelity. It's just they do it by more of like I don't know, I look at them like golf rules. You basically tell on yourself whether you made too many trades or not. And then if they find out, then they're going to end up penalizing you, right? Is the 25K on balance or unrealized gains? It's on your total, like both. So your cash and your unrealized gains, if it totals to 25,000, that's where you'll be good. So I have 5,000 in cash, 19,000 in the markets right now. And if the money in the markets end up increasing, which they should end up increasing whenever these end up turning, you have Rocket that needs to make a move, Cost that needs to make a move. Whenever these end up turning, that'll update and be up to 20,000. And if it's up to 20,000, I have 25,000 total in my account, which this will update and say I have unlimited trades, which I can show you if it does end up doing in the beginning of the day. So we'll see how that plays out a little bit. But we have just over an hour until the market opens. Valley Forge, PA here. I played when I played at Thaddeus Stevens. I played Valley Forge, which was literally my best game and my best football game in college. I had like I think it was like 175 yards and like 2 touchdowns. I mean, they kind of did me dirty at Thaddeus Stevens for football, just because if you're injured, they didn't let you. And you didn't practice enough during the week. They rotated you too much. As I don't want to sound like a diva top receiver, but if you're the top receiver, you should be able to get in there more times than not, right? But nevertheless, I still had fun. Yes, I played wide receiver. Uh, do I sound like I'm a wide receiver? Is that why? So if the trade goes negative in your account on 24,700, you won't be able to day trade. No, I won't be able to day trade. So if this does go lower, I made a trade. Let's say I made a trade at $25 and or $25,000, right? It was above that. I can actually make that sell if it does go below 24,000. So if I buy into, let's say, SOS, and I bought 200 shares, and that was when I was at 25,000. If it was at 24,000, it'll notify me and tell me you can't make this day trade for Webull. At least it'll notify you and tell you can't make this day trade because you have less than 25,000 in your account. But if you go the opposite way, you have 25,000 in your account, you buy the position, and then it ends up decreasing quite a bit. You can sell that position, because when you bought it, you had 25,000 in the account. It doesn't consider it an in and an out, a quick in and out, because you had that 25,000 there. I'll hold you to 0 catches. Probably today. I mean, I can't remember catching a football. But most people, no, they don't hold me to 0 catches. If you were a top wide receiver, you play in a Power 5 school. I don't want to sit here and talk about, oh well, you know what, if this happened, then I would be, if I didn't go to Thaddeus Stevens, then I wouldn't have had the education, the experience to get me to this point, really. So anyways, I was offered D1 scholarships to different places, like Temple, like Wagner University. I was offered D1 scholarships to these places, but didn't really have the grades for it because I couldn't play my senior year. I was 19 when I graduated high school, started school late, and they wouldn't let me play my senior year because of that, which is crazy. But lost those. I lost those scholarship opportunities, the offers, based on the fact that I could not play, and also the fact that my schoolwork was falling behind. Yes, Joseph Wysock. Is he still coaching? I don't know if he's not still coaching. And also, other question, is he still alive? Because I know he's pretty old. So how tall am I? 6'2.5". My wife likes to say 6'3". I say 6'2". I put on my driver's license 6'2". So thoughts on Zom? I think Zom is going to make some good moves soon. It's not really making too many great moves today. You can see that it is down 1%, down to $1.58, which like I said before, I may look to increase that to 1,000 shares and go from there. So we'll see how that does pan out. It's only $1,000 that I have in Zom, so we could see some pretty decent movement on the way up. I'm looking to sell somewhere around that 225, 250 mark. That's where I see it getting to. Yeah, everybody smash that like button. We have 480 people in here. Make sure you hit the like button. It does help out the channel a ton. 6'2.5". I would definitely say 6'3". Yeah, I don't do that. I round down so people will be like, "Oh, you're 6'3". I'm 6'3", and then they end up being taller than you, but they round down from 6'3.5", and I round up from 6'2.5", and it's like, okay, you're 6'3", and they're like, no way you're 6'3". I'm like, no, I'm 6'2". So when people say, there's no way you're 6'2", you're definitely taller than me, I'm like, well, technically I'm 6'2.5", but I'm 6'2". then I can tell people that. In the book of Aziz, platform and day trading has to have fast transactions. Is Webull fast enough? By the way, I did not get notified about your stream twice. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Once I understand, but twice, actually once I don't understand. My wife actually gets notified for my videos like at least 3 hours later than when I post it. And you know, other people in her family, other people that are you know, my friends, will get notified days later. And it's like, why would they want to watch something that's an update to a stock on that day, days later? That makes no sense. So anyways, is Webull fast enough? You can actually make you know, trades with hotkeys. Yes, it is fast enough. The thing that he likes to focus on is obviously day trading with smaller, like you can actually day trade with like you know, cents. So what they'll promote a little bit is day trading with something that does move cents rather than dollars. I like to simplify it with dollars. So yes, it is fast enough. You can quickly do a control B if I wanted to and sell some positions. So let me look at, or buy some positions or whatever. So if I wanted to buy a certain amount of positions, let's see, I'm doing a video on hotkeys. So if I go to hotkeys here, you can see that I'll set up like hotkeys for buying and selling, for drawing trend lines and things like that. Also, I'll set up hotkeys here for like selling certain pieces or buying certain pieces. So if I want to do a control B, I can buy really easily and it'll buy 50 shares, or I can do one where I'll buy 100 shares if I wanted to. But that's what I could do with that if I wanted to buy a couple more shares, and just press control B, and it's already taking me to the point to where I'm buying 50 shares at market value. Boom, you have no day trades left, and then buy. You know, it makes it very easy. I think Webull is definitely fast enough, especially if you wanted to even draw some trend lines here. Let's see if I can draw some trend lines. Whatever I wanted to do. I'm not actually following anything, but I wanted to draw trend lines, maybe a horizontal line with a hotkey. Whatever I wanted to do. Find these support levels up. I'm wrong area. There we go. So I think it's fast enough. I think you can actually make pretty decent amount of money. I like to go with more of a conservative route by looking for stocks that move, you know, a number of dollars to where it does pull back to the 15 moving average. But the thing that you really get from those books is the understanding and the knowledge behind the indicators, behind the candlesticks, behind patterns, behind his thought process, and developing your own strategy. Because it's not about using his strategy, it's about using your own strategy, you know? Thank you, no problem. I miss football. Sucks to get old. I'm right there with you. 6'5", 250, played tight end, was a junior during 9/11 instead of taking a ride. I joined the military. I wouldn't say like an idiot. Thank you for serving the country. I mean, that's amazing. You know, you stepped up, you know, when people, you know, some people wouldn't have stepped up. You know, you did the right thing, right? So yeah, I always look at my opportunities and I'm like, you know, I gave up on a huge opportunity by not going to school more often, pretty much giving up on high school. Luckily, I didn't fully give up and was able to graduate with a decent GPA. It wasn't something that was anything close to what I can write home about. Like, you know, in college, I maintained like a 3.5, which I'm fine with that. But I wasn't close to that in high school, barely getting there. And I'm glad that I did get there, because, you know, I wouldn't be the person, you know, that I am today, and how much I've learned. Because I'll tell you what, college definitely changed me. You know, I'm not saying it changed, you know, who I am. It just changed how I think of the world, rather than think of it as, living a 9 to 5 job every single day. There's so many different revenue streams that you can build. There's so much that you can gain from college, that even though I paid a total of $70,000 over my college career, which is not that much, mind you, I have 2 bachelor's degrees, an associate's degree, and an MBA, and I have $70,000 worth of student loan debt, which is not crazy. There are people out there with 500,000, 700,000, close to $1 million in student loan debt. So I appreciate college a lot, and not even just for the book knowledge, because you can get that anywhere. It's for the opportunities that it may create. Whether you go to a lower end college or a higher end college, one that's, I don't know. Jesus, I can't think of Harvard. I couldn't think of a college, but whether you go to Harvard or you go to a community college. If you go to community college or you go to any college, you can find people that you can network with, change the way that you speak, change the things that you could learn, the way your attitude is, the way your mindset is, and you can actually grow as a person, be successful, The system seems to be set up for manufacturing jobs in the U.S. Yeah, overall, like schooling for K through 12, yes, 100%. It's set up the wrong way. You need to be teaching people about things in the real world as well as the fundamentals. Once you get past the fundamentals, we should be teaching kids about how to do their taxes. If you're going to get a job, you should know how to do your taxes, know how to save money, but they're not teaching them that, so that billionaires and millionaires can save money on taxes, but regular everyday people don't understand it, and they have to go to a tax professional rather than them going online and doing it themselves. And understanding all of that, understanding itemized, deductions, and if you do have an LLC, how you can, set up everything in order to write off business expenses and things like that. So, and even to a point to where you drive around for Uber or whatever, you can write off so much by, doing that. That's another form of income. Create a job out of it, right? I learned everything I know from Sanford and Sons. SOS. Um, have to join another live stream. No AMC talk. Sorry. I try to go into AMC and all that stuff, but I also try and talk about some other things, because right now AMC is not really doing anything. We could talk about AMC all we want, but I would just be kind of fluffing the pillow at that point. And I don't want to sit here and do that. It is up 0.19%, but how much can you get out of it? What is it actually going to do today? I hope we're going to see some positive movement today. Everything else in the market is continuously red, right? It's not red, crazy. We're not seeing like, 10% or so. We might see some that may be leading the way at that point, but we're seeing like, 1% for the most part. And we are seeing some gains of like 4%. Cost is up 6%. GameStop's up 2.7% or 2.8%. We just need to see some really good positive movement in the open. It doesn't look like the volume is going to be there today either. The volume is at 186,000 shares worth of volume, which is nowhere near where the highest volume can be. You can see cost actually has low volume as well at 29K. Rocket has low volume at 60K. So we're seeing lower volume. I don't know if it's going to be something where we see another flat day, or we see something that's continuously negative. So we'll have to see when the market does open. It's going to open in 21 minutes. There are so many other stocks to have fun with. Yeah, I would agree. There are a lot of other positions that are out there. I just like to focus on the ones that I'm actually holding. So if I'm holding all of these positions and looking for a positive day out of them or something to move, obviously I want to focus on them. So right now, the only good thing that I can focus on is costs. I'm still up on AMC, but it's not at a point to where you want to sell right now. So it's going to be fun to see how cost plays out. Yeah, 100% true. I'm looking to see if that can get up to, $27, $28 today, have a pullback. If it does get up to that point, that'll be a point to where I do sell the position. That's 200 shares at a $5 gain per share, which would be $1,000. So a little bit less because it does have a 3-cent fee, I guess, per share. Is Koss a weed stock? Is that what you're saying? Is that a weed stock? No. Koss is a headphone company, electronics company, I believe. That's what the profile says. Engage in manufacturing, sales, and stereo headphones and related accessory products. So yeah. By GME, it's going to the moon. 111. Oh, you meant to continue to type more exclamation points, but you put 111. Biden don't like weed. It could be interesting. Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be. RKT, no, that's Rocket Mortgage. CCIV. A lot of people on my CCIV video that I created on my shorts channel was like, yeah, this is long term. And I totally get if you do see it as a long term position for CCIV. For me, I see them as a pretty decent swing trade opportunity from the $21 mark. And I would actually make a move into CCIV. But the problem that I'm seeing with them, or the problem that I'm seeing with this for me, is the fact that I would be holding too many positions to focus on. So if something does turn positive, then I have to focus on that. And if multiple things are positive, when am I going to sell out or sell my position? And that's where it ends up being a little bit difficult. So we'll see how that plays out. But CCIV, I can't say looks like a huge long-term position. If you wanted to say that, then yes, I see some retest points and then no strength somewhere around here. No strength at all. Literally buying strength, selling strength. We see nothing in between that's giving me any type of understanding of if it's going to be able to pull back. There's like no support between this level, between the $51 mark and $40 mark. I see nothing that will tell me. I'm swinging on CCIV. Yeah, see, that's what I'm thinking that it is as well. I have 8 shares of GME bought on 188. I hope it goes past 200 today. What do you think? It's tough to say. We might see a complete reversal here of everything in the market, and we might see a positive day, which would be good. And it does show that it could push above 200. Today in the pre-market, it went to 192. So it shows that it has maybe a little bit of a resistance point up there, that 192. We haven't seen it hit there multiple times today. Why did I go to 6 months? We haven't seen it hit there multiple times today, but we have seen it get up to 190. So that's not bad, but that would be only like a $2 gain for you. So if you can find a way to have that go up to 200, that would be great. I would have probably waited. I didn't think that we would see something positive in the morning. We would see that actually fall probably to 185 and then end up having a little bit of a push if we do see the market reverse. So hey Matt, really love your channel. You're doing a great job. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. You should do a video on components, SPACs. Yeah, I mean, I should. First, I would have to do a lot more research there, but yeah, I should. RKT is a loan company. Yes, the Rocket Mortgage, basically. I think have you talked about GME hiring at Amazon higher up? Yeah, I think that's interesting. So apparently, from what I've seen, GME or GameStop, for a better term there, but GameStop hired an executive that has a Amazon background, and people are excited to see that. And it's not saying that there's going to be like a huge merger, in my opinion. People were thinking about a merger in AMC and Amazon, but there's not going to be something like that. But it could be a point to where they're showing that they're going to revamp their business, change their business model. I think it's good news. Do I think that it's something that's going to spike the overall market? It could be a coincidence that the market spikes today. We're seeing a little bit of a decrease in GameStop right now, but it could be a coincidence that the market spikes as soon as that information does come out. It doesn't mean that that's the reason why it did spike, but we're seeing that really pull down at the moment. So yeah, I think it's good news. It's showing that they are going to revamp their business, change their business plan, and probably try and adhere to today's standards of like e-commerce, right? So that would be great. This cat. Legalization of marijuana inevitable at this point, just a matter of time. By the way, Delta 8 is amazing. I would agree with you that legalization of marijuana is inevitable. We just need to know exactly how that's going to affect the markets. Obviously, we would think it's going to affect it in a positive way, but we want to see that. So if people can find a way to get into these positions at these low dollar amounts, maybe SNDL or Tilray, ones that are leading the way, and make some moves on the way up, because it is, I think, going to be a slow grower. You're not going to see something where you're going to have those huge pops, but something that you can get in from $18 up to 31 is definitely huge. Right down here at $21, you could see quite a bit of movement if we have some positive days. This was all a positive. I think this was a positive week that we had for the overall markets. And then literally had down days. So hopefully today is something completely different. You might see me make a move into Tilray, because I like these positions that have these this ability to grow over a number of days. But it just doesn't look like something that will pop crazy in one day, which sucks. But yeah, we'll see what cost does. I'm hoping that cost either can make a move downward, and I could probably buy a little bit more, and then end up selling at a high point. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I would love to see costs get back up to where they were previously. If they somehow spike to 120 or 174, I would be so hyped. I haven't seen them have that potential to, really push back to those heights that it was at, that 170 mark, or, 125 or even 99. That would be amazing if they did get up to that point. But, especially holding, 200 shares, it's a pretty decent gain, right? So my plan on SOS is to sell around $8 just to gain a pretty decent amount. I bought in at $5.90. The last price is $4.64. So that did drop a little bit. That's huge. Down $252. It's only $1,000 of a position. So it's fully understandable if I lose that whole entire thing. But I do see them as a spiking opportunity. I didn't see them going lower than where they were. So trying to catch them on the way up at 590, it didn't really work out there. But it is starting to take a little bit of a dive here for SOS. Where is SOS? Do I have SOS on my most popular? I guess I don't. Maybe I do, and I'm just missing it. Yeah, it is there. And where is it? There it is. I found it. It's down 17% today. That's crazy. Pretty good though. Giving you buying opportunities. I just want to see exactly where it's going to, where it looks like it is. So yeah, that'll give me a pretty decent gain on the way up. I do see it making sorts of increases here, but you are seeing a pretty decent decline today. Where was the absolute low? So it could end up retesting that support of 420, 424, maybe a little lower, 421. Yeah, so it could end up retesting that. That would be interesting. And if it does, doesn't hurt to average down, right? It's a low cost. Does Kitty like any stocks that are Friskies or 9Lives? Well, since they both have to eat like urinary food, no. New study came out that we use munchies. Can you come on? Biden just fired 5 people who had smoked once. I don't know if that's true. First time on your channel, very good information. Block costs, don't want to be greedy, but what would be a good sales price today? I want to see them push up to, you know, the normal amount that they try and push. So they push to 26 or 27 at times, and I would say to set a stop loss at those areas as they do go above there. Set that stop loss. If you want to set a trailing stop, you can set it, but set that firm stop loss. If it goes above a certain point, then you end up selling market value no matter what. You can do that, but I would say for me, I'm looking for that to go above 27 today. If it does, then I'll gain $1,000 gain, which is fine with me. I'm all for that. And then look for it to pull back so I can invest in at even lower points. And so right now I'm up $125 in the pre-market, but it could be a lot more as it does go today. But we could also see it reverse. Don't think that it's going to be, you know, fine and dandy and that this is going to grow, you know, 50%. It could possibly do that. It has done that before and grew 50%, which is huge. And I would love to see that, because if it gets up to 40, I'm selling easily. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. That's where I'm standing. Thank you for watching my channel for the first time. That's amazing. I'm going to hit an ad here. So we have 469 people that are watching right now. Make sure you guys hit that like button, get it up to about 250 likes or 225 likes, 250 likes. That'll be amazing. Let's see if I have any free stocks here today. I have 2 free stocks. Let's see, I'm probably going to get ADT. ADT and GE. That's not bad. I like GE. All right, those are my 2 free stocks for today. If you guys want 2 free stocks, make sure you hit that link in the description below. Also, if you want to follow my MP Shorts channel, please do so. I do updates over here. We have 727 subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do videos in less than 60 seconds and go through what's happening in like the pre-market, after hours market, you know, stuff like that. What I think of the overall company, what I plan on doing with my positions, a lot of stuff. So mainly they all have the same thumbnails, besides some of them talking about the market crashing here. You can see a lot of them getting a pretty decent amount of views. I'm happy about the growth of this so far. So make sure you definitely check that out, check this channel out, and give it a subscribe. It is in the description. It's the first link, or not the first link, it's the last link on the first section in the description. So definitely check it out. So I'm taking a nosedive. Is it? It is starting to dive down to $1.52. That's crazy. Tell you what, great buying opportunities. Let's see if we have any other lows we can go off of. So 145 down here. It is starting to really dive. We're seeing a lot of things start to, not as much as like Zom, but you can see SOS that actually made a pretty decent move downhill to $4.42. Could see a decent move up sooner or later in the next couple of days to actually push that up. It is a swing trade. It's not something that's going to be a day trade opportunity. That's what I was looking at yesterday, was that as a swing trade opportunity. So that account is starting to go down even more. That's good to know. But I don't think I have any day trades lined up for today. So we have AMC that's up today. We have cost that's up today. Everything else is down. Rocket was up yesterday quite a bit, and I made the mistake in not getting out. I know I have my price target, but with showing where the low is, anytime it shows where the new low is, you want to find a way to get to that new low. And if you see it as potential to come back, then you should be able to get out of that position and reinvest at the lower points to where you can take some of that profits or some of the profit and put it into the lower point. So yeah, that's one word of advice that you can take. But yeah, it's looking like a pretty negative day in the market for a lot of positions here. A lot of positions on this watch list, I would say. There are some that are probably really moving that have a good positive gain. Like you can see that cost has a positive gain. I'm sure there's a lot of different positions out there that are moving as well. Why is Ethereum not added? No, not popular. I don't want it on popular. I want it on crypto. But if I go to the crypto tab, you'll be able to see that. Okay. Yeah, I want to see that drop down. Let's see. Let's go down here and let's see if it does end up taking that drop. So create an alert. All right. Morning, Matt. Thoughts on calls on VAC? I think they're gonna have some sort of a rally. It's just tough to see where that rally will be because they dropped so much for VIAC. They dropped so much that it's a little bit difficult to take in. How many minutes do we have? Three minutes until the market opens. AMC is not really moving at all. Still at 19%. Don't know why. Oh yeah, I drew this for an example. But AMC is at 0.19%. Gme is at 3.6%. Cost is at 6%, 6.3%. Rocket's at 1.3% or 1.4%. I am seeing a little bit of a move with Rocket. That's what I'm happy about. I would like to see them end up pushing up today. And even if they do end up pulling back, then they can pull back. But I thought yesterday was going to be a positive day for them, but they ended up being down after being up like 15%. They completely fell off and fell down to 0.4%. So what price did I get into Ethereum at? I'm not looking to get into, well, I'm looking to get into Ethereum, but I'm looking to get notified when it drops down to a certain low. So I've seen that it does have a couple of dips that it had, but I would like to get in a little bit lower because I do believe that they can make a pretty solid push in the coming years and grow that from $1,000 or $1,500 or so to $10,000 in the near future. I can definitely see that. So I didn't get in yet, but we'll see. Well, I do have some Ethereum for my NFTs, but it's a very minimal amount. It's not the full price of Ethereum. It's like $300 worth. We have 1 minute until the market opens, and we have 437 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more streams, more videos. Do that, and helps out. That you have some big shoes to fill with Trey going down. I mean, I don't think I do. I have 400 viewers right now. There's probably other people that are getting a lot more attention. I don't have shoes to fill. You should buy a fraction of a Bitcoin. When it does take a dive, then yes. I want to see that, fall down a little bit. Where's my crypto? I'm on it. I want to see it take a little bit of a dive more down to, I don't know if it will go to 50 again, but I would like to see it take a little bit more of a dive before I buy, fractions of Bitcoin, or just buy a whole Bitcoin. I don't really know exactly how that's working, but the market is open. Let's see what's happening. AMC is starting to take a turn for the worse right now. It's going back and forth. You can see that movement that I had up to 1045, but now it's sitting steady at flat. Cost is making a little bit of a move. It's up 8%. I don't know how fast this movement will be, but it's up 8%. I'm up $161 on that. Gme is down. Let me actually see about where it's going to go at this low. It went down to $1.50. We'll see how that plays out. Cost is moving up, making a move. It's up to $23, $23.09. Rocket is making a move down, which is not what I wanted, not at all. I can continue to lower that cost basis if I wanted to, just to be able to continue to bring that down. But where it stands, obviously pisses me off. This is up to $205. It's continuing to go up, $229 at the moment. See a little bit of a gain here. A lot of a gain. We're at 10% of an increase for costs. It looks like Gme is not really making too much of a move, pretty much staying flat to where it was at 185 at the moment. We might see a little bit of a dip and then a recovery. You're seeing a lot of things that are down. Look at SOS. That's down to $4.42. Rocket's down. Gme is down to 150. Looks like cost is really making a move up to 24 at the moment, $24.07. You're seeing a huge wall at $24.79, but that it's making a really big move. So let's see how this actually works. Buying 50 shares of, that was easy. Buying 50 shares of Zomedica, very easy with the hotkeys. I'm looking to, I wish that I could quickly sell shares. Obviously I can sell as many shares as I have if I do see a profit target, but we're at $400 at the moment. We can continue to see some movement on the way up. I don't know if this will completely reverse. Not 100% sure if it will. It looks like it's pulling very far away from the 200 or the 15 moving average. Pulling that far away is a sign for reversal, because you obviously need to come back to earth in some form or fashion. Yesterday was a different story to where it did level out. I would guarantee that it's not going to happen 2 days in a row. But cost has some weird moves. It looks like Fubo TV is starting to get to a point to where it could be an investment point at $20. It has hit $20 before and moved up to $30 easily. So that's interesting. Gme is now dropped down to $1.48. It's giving people opportunities to buy in before it does make some moves up. So what's my cost basis on Gme? $1.72. Cost is starting to make a little bit of a move down. You can see I'm up $319. Tesla under $600. Let's see where it is, under $600. Let's continue to see where that goes. I want to get into Tesla so bad, but I want to see it drop lower and lower so I can get in. I always get stuck there. Rocket's up 0.4%, cost is up 9%. It's dropping down. Well, now it's starting to make a little bit of a comeback. That was a huge drop that it had. A little bit of a sell-off. I understand why. You know, it did grow pretty fast, so people end up selling the position. Typically, people would want to see it continue to grow, but some people just want to sell off their position and you know, get out while they're hot, right? Which is understandable. I just don't want to see that reversal. GME is at 2.8%. Rocket's at 0.4%, almost 0.5. On Reddit, they could be full of it. Rolling up. Yeah, cost is up 10% at the moment, but we're not really seeing on my watch list, at least, we're not really seeing too many positive moves. A lot of them are negative moves. You have CCIV that's down a little bit. It's not down a crazy amount, but it's down a little bit. Let's see, SOS is down 17%. That could be big, depending on what we can see eventually when we have a green day, where it could go. But obviously getting in at about $1 less than where it is now kind of sucks. Did not think that it was going to go down to that $4 mark, but definitely knew there was a possibility. AMC is down 1%. That might be something of a buy-in, to tell you the truth. As it starts to get closer and closer to $9, people think of that as a buying opportunity. MVIS is down to $11.58, looking more and more like a tasty snack, you know. DOM down to 145. Wow. I mean, for me, it's a low price. You just continue to buy it up, right? That should be the same with AMC. Yeah, GME is now making a move. Look, 192, which you are going to see it probably pull back a little bit. It's pulling way far away from that 15 moving average. So GME did pull up, hopefully, or push up some. Oh, switched over to the other minute. So now it's still a positive candlestick instead of a negative candlestick, which is weird. But you are seeing some movement up to 191. Thoughts on Draftkings? What is Draftkings doing? I know I had Draftkings as a day trading opportunity before. You're looking at everything else. Wow, you're seeing GME really pull up, really push. It's really making a push. Look at this. 195 could get to 200. Has a couple of walls at 198, 196. Has a few walls there, so hopefully it can break by those walls. It's looking like it's not. You are seeing cost that's back up to $24. That's pretty big, but you're seeing GME make a pretty decent move here. Thoughts on Draftkings? Let's look at Draftkings really quick, as we are focused on some of these other areas, and I want to make sure I sell cost for a profit if it does go up. Draftkings is continuously dropping down. It's down to $58.57. It was up to 70 some odd dollars, and my overall thought was this was not going to happen. Yes, we could have had a couple of touch points on the 200 EMA. For it to pass the 200 EMA is not on the normal trend of what Draftkings normally does. So I seen this as a position that could have went to $80 or $90 or, you know, however many. I did know that it was going to pull back to about 65. Didn't think it was going to pull back to $58, which is a huge drop. And hopefully we could see some positivity there. I think that it's definitely a crapshoot for, you know, as you look at this, but it could end up, you know, retesting somewhere around this area, the 56 mark. I don't think it'll pass by it, but you might have a lot of people that are looking to buy today as you see it up 1%. Let's look at cost. Cost is up 12%. GME is up 8%, up to 197. That's huge for some people that may want to Some people that want to, you know, get some profits there. It looks like they're up to 200. Anybody that wanted to take that profit at 200, hopefully you were able to fill that order. You know, that's great, right? I mean, seeing that push is amazing. Look at cost doing a little bit of pushing as well, $24.40 or so. That's huge. I'm up $417 as it does continue to go up. I'm looking for that to continue to increase. We can see SOS that's making a little bit of a comeback. Instead of being at 17% down, it's now 15% down. So what I'm going to do is actually invest in like 50 more shares. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll invest in 50 more shares. Let's see how that goes. Bring that down to $5.66, or maybe 100 more shares. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, there we go. Bring that down a little bit. $5.50. I do see them as making a little bit of a move for $300, as every dollar could gain. That could be a $600 gain easily. Now I should probably bring that to an even 500, so it does move that $2. Then I can gain, sorry, for something, if it's $5 and I'm gaining, sorry, if it's $2 that it's moving and I'm gaining 500 shares at those $2, and I'll gain $1,000. I knew what I was trying to say, I just couldn't get it out. The GME is at $200. It did get to a high of 202. So if you can sell that position, obviously I want you to hold it in order to, you know, grow. But if you're looking to make a profit out of it, I'm all for you making a profit. AMC is not doing the same. It is making a little bit of a comeback though, from that 10.17 mark all the way up to $10.38. So that's huge. Hopefully we can see some other ones come back, because I'm not seeing SOS come back. I'm not seeing Ride do anything really big either. ZOM is not doing too much. It is making a little bit of a comeback up to 150, but that's pretty much it. PLTR is not doing too much as well. Did drop down to $20. Could have been a buy right there, to where you could see some increasing throughout. MVIS is down to $11.50, 54 cents. What are the thoughts on the new infrastructure? Want to hold? Is GME going to hold or drop today? It's tough to say. The overall, well, I'm not going to say the overall market, because the market's probably not down. Well, the markets are down, yes. So if the overall market is trending downward, right, you could see that that's going to end up coming back to earth and, you know, recovering to a downward momentum. And as you see, everything that's red, basically, Tesla is even down to 592, which is huge. I want to see how low they actually can get. Maybe you'll see me make some more investments in there. You can see that I have about $4,425 left of, you know, stock to buy. And when did they tell him GME was good or bad? Tech stocks are struggling. Yeah, it looks like it, but it creates buying opportunities. Like I said, 591, pretty big buying opportunity. I want to see it lower. I keep telling myself I want to see it lower and lower. Look at SOS, dropping down 19% today. 19%. That's huge. Yeah, it's really big. Let's see. Nope, Carl. No. Not right now. Scratch you on your chin until you fall down. Rocket's up to $24.15, so it's giving me a little bit of a move here. Cost is still up. Come on, Come on, man. I'm gonna have to put you down if you don't. Not like put you down, but like put you off the table. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna put him on the floor. There you go, man. Don't jump back up here. Don't you dare do it. And he did it. He did it anyways. He runs this. You almost fell? What type of cat doesn't have balance? Don't you dare jump back up here. Don't. He's gonna do it. God. Half the stream is me trying to get a hold of what Carl can do. So it looks like cost is starting to drop down. I'm only up $207. Rocket made a little bit of a move, but you see a lot of things starting to go the opposite direction. A lot of things start to go the opposite direction here. So AMC is still only up 1%. It's starting to make a little bit of a push here, but we're not seeing a crazy amount of volume, to tell you the truth. Stop licking my hand, Carl. It's a cat. I have to say that. I swear, man. I'm gonna put you down. If this is not here, then that means you can't go up. That's what I'm gonna go off of. GME volume. Let's see what GME volume is. GME volume is at 3 million. Still lower than average of 44 million. Don't jump up here. Not today. Not right now. I want you to buy more AMC. He's upset. If it does go below 10, I'll buy more AMC. He just literally knocked everything off the table. Come on, man. Carl. Oh, man. He's funny. He's so funny. All right, let me make sure everything's set here. Looks like Gme is making a little bit of a pullback, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. Back to 191. Cost is still flat right now. It's up 10%, but it's still flat compared to everything else. I think we are going to see more of a pullback today. Might be more of the same, you know, really having that down week. So yeah, we have 510 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Also, I'm going to hit an ad right here. How he stayed calm after Carl made a mess. He didn't make a mess. He dropped, well, one, I have an Xbox with an $180 controller, and he knocked that off. So typically I put that in a safer place, but he decided to, he woke up this morning and chose violence, I guess. But yeah, he just knocked that and my tripod over, but it's fine. It works. Go back to GME. What's GME doing? Looks like GME is starting to hit or level out here at this $189 mark. So people that wanted to see it go up to 202, I heard somebody in the pre-market that bought in at 188 and wanted to sell at 200. Hopefully you were able to do that. I don't know if you were able to do it, because to tell you the truth, selling is the hardest part of making a profit, of investing. You know, it's very tough. Right now we're seeing costs at $10. I would like to see that push up to that $27 mark. Rocket's making a little bit of a positive move, but I don't know how long that will hold up. SOS is back up to 17 instead of 19. I'll look to make some moves in order to, you know, bring some of that cost basis down without spending too much more money. too much more money, much more money, whatever. Yeah, you can replace the parts if I wanted to here, but the only thing is that the actual controller is chipping off. So yeah, I can replace all the parts. They do end up coming undone. There's a couple of pieces that obviously don't come off, but it's cool. Good morning, Matthew. My cost basis, my cost basis is $24.48. I'm with you. Hopes to sell around 26 or 27. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So you're where it got up to at the high. You're pretty much close to where your cost basis actually is. So yeah, the hopes was for that to make the moves that it normally does in the beginning of the day, up to 27 or 26 or something like that. So if I would have seen that push up to 26, I would have set my stop loss at 26. So if it did sell me out, it sold me out, and then I would go from there. Carl wants Matt to get a new controller from GameStop. That's funny. Xbox, yes, Xbox, and a PlayStation actually, PlayStation 5. Yeah, both. Um, Physique creator, this channel is now the home of profit hands. Yes. I got out at 97.50, now waiting until it drops a bit and gonna go back in GME. That's perfect. That's perfect, because if they're gonna find a way to manipulate this market, or the market just ends up falling down anyways, it makes sense for you to gain the most profit out of it, you know? So whatever you can do in order to gain that profit, that's good. I'm all for it. So yeah, like I say, today I bought what 100 more shares of Zomedica. I bought 100 more shares of SOS so far. Probably looking to buy a little bit more. I don't know. We're down to 144 for ZOM. Probably going to make that an even 1,000 shares. Looking for that to move about $1, gain about $1,000. I'm happy with that. Or even move 50 cents of just gaining $500. I'm happy with that. Roblox is starting to hit new, or not new lows, but hitting lows. I'm still looking to see where that bottom is for Roblox. It's not really telling me anything. Tom Collins, that's hilarious. I think Carl thinks you talk with random people, play these gosh darn games, and don't let him lick you. So he takes it out on your controller. All right, understood. He has like a sandpaper tongue. I don't understand it. He licks my hand. It feels like you're taking sandpaper and you're just. Let me smooth that out for you. Maybe this is a good buy-in. Now you think? I think it's close to it. It's definitely at close to the lows, right? It could definitely fluctuate between $11 and $13 easily. So you can gain a pretty good swing trade there. You can also see that swing from $11 to $18 in a more it's more of a swing trade fashion rather than like a day trade fashion, or a longer term swing trade, maybe like a week or 2 weeks, or even less than that. I've seen this move quite a bit. So yeah, it looks like cost is now starting to make a pretty decent pullback here. All the way back down to where it opened, because it opened at 22.66. So that's understandable. It does have the capability of really moving up, and you could see GME that's making its moves. Back down, went up to 202, and went back down. So can we expect that to be its low? It's looking like it's really bouncing off of, let's see if there's a bouncing off of 184. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I just bought a PS2 and cat litter stock. Am I doing this right? I don't know. I don't think so. All right. Oh shoot. You know what? I wanted to post a video here. All right, boom. All right, guys, let me just set this video. All right, alrighty then. Let me premiere. We'll premiere at uh, 10 a.m., not 10 p.m. Today. Okay, so in 3 minutes, I'm gonna have something scheduled for Webull platform. If you guys want to watch that, we have 428 people in here. So if you guys could go over there, watch that. But I'm gonna end this live stream. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell. Let me check a redirect. We have this. Yeah, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. Also, if you want to sign up for join the Discord link, make sure you click that link in the description. Or if you want free stocks with Webull, click that link. And if you want to follow my MP Shorts channel, please do so. But I'm going to end this stream here, and we're going to go over to my premiering video that's going to premiere in 2 minutes. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. So thank you for watching the stream. And if you want to set up this premiere is going to be for Webull. It's Webull 4.8 platform. So if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. But I'm going to end this and